Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing a Layla Cara style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Layla Carroll herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with a Layla Cara style where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit a Layla Cara style and experience the luxury of art that you wear.
Okay, now let's try this here again. So we're going to talk about self-confidence. I want to talk about self-confidence. So welcome back everybody. We're going to talk about self-confidence as well as, how to attract success to you. You know, I noticed that there's a lot of videos out there that talks about success and how to be successful, how to attract success, all this extra stuff out there. And they're pretty good and I like them and I do use them to get some inspiration as well as motivation and all that. But one of the things that I have gathered through listening to all those videos is that success is what you think is successful. That's how I look at it. What is success to you? Because some people might feel like being successful is being healthy, living a healthy life. And as long as they're not in and out of the hospital having doctor bills racked up from here to there, that's successful. And some people might feel like being successful is being able to walk because they had lost their mobility and they weren't able to walk, and now they're able to walk again, so that's successful to them. So whatever success looks like to you, I'm going to share this information that I wrote in my book. So I'm also reading the same book, and I'm going to be coaching from this book quite a bit. 365 Days of Mindfulness, Your Daily Affirmation. You can pick this book up on Amazon. And my name is Layla Carroll. I am the author, the writer, the creator of this book. Okay. So we're going to read day 342. And it says, confidence radiates from me, attracting success in all areas of my life harmoniously. Okay, let's get comfortable now. I like to get comfortable because, told you guys that I'm raw and I'm uncut and I'm not going to try to be perfect because no one is, okay? Cultivating confidence is indeed a key factor of attracting success and creating a harmonious life. Confidence can positively influence varieties in various aspects of your life. From personal relationships to career endeavors, here are some ways to further enhance and radiate confidence. Number 1, positive self-talk. Pay attention to your internal dialogue. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths and achievements. I know that there are a lot of people who talk down to themselves, who always saying something negative to themselves. We are our worst critics. We are our only critic that really matters. Everybody else, criticism don't matter. It shouldn't. Just let you know that it shouldn't. Because we do it so well and we beat ourselves up so good that we don't need nobody else to do it for us. So why do you do this to yourself? Why do you allow yourself to talk down to yourself? You have to learn that you are important. You matter. That's the reason why you're here. You are still existing in this world because you matter. God didn't put you here because he just felt the need to just fill some space on earth. No, he put you here with a purpose and a plan, and he knows exactly what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. So why are you beating yourself up? That's a problem. And it's a problem that we all have. We all face it at some point. And that's the reason why I wrote this book. Because, I was coaching this young lady, and she lost her husband. Her husband had committed suicide. And she felt it was her fault. But I was like, why do you feel that way? And she told me, I'm not good at anything. I'm wrong. No, that's not true. It's the reason why you're still here and he's not. And what we're going to do is focus on you. We're not going to focus on anything that happened that cannot be changed. But we're going to focus on everything that could be changed. And one of the things is positive self-talk. So when I wrote this book, I made sure to give her a copy of this book for free. So I'm going to make sure you have this. And she's been reading it. She's been texting me every now and then saying, thank you for that book. It has been helping me. And every day is getting better. Every day is getting better. So I want you guys to understand that if you are talking negative to yourself, it's time to change that. And if you don't know how to talk positive to yourself, please get a copy of this book. 365 Days of Mindfulness, Your Daily Affirmation by Layla Carroll. That's 2 R's, 2 L's. Do that because it teaches you. This book will teach you how to say positive things to yourself when you don't know what to say. And you can repeat this book over and over again. You don't have to start from day 1 to 365. You don't have to do that. You can start anywhere in this book and use it anytime you need, every day or every other day, or however you feel that you need some self-talk, some self-care, some self-love, some positive self-talk. Do that. Number 2 is body language. Project confidence through your body language. Stand tall. Maintain eye contact. And use gestures that convey assurance, like you know what you're talking about, How you carry yourself can impact it can impact how other people perceive you and how you feel about yourself. So I tell my son this all the time. He have this way of letting you know how he feels through his body, or what he's thinking about through his body. He don't say it, but I definitely see it. And I tell him all the time, you don't want to hear what I'm talking about. And he's like, I'm listening. No, you're not. I'm listening. I can tell you exactly what you said. Just because you told me what I said doesn't mean you're not listening. Doesn't mean that you're listening to me. Your body tells me that you don't want to listen, that you don't want to hear this. I see how you're standing. I see you got your hand over your face like, oh, there she go again. I see that. Like your body language tell me what I need to know as far as how you are giving me what I'm telling you and how you're portraying and acting like you care when you really don't care. I see it. And I tell him all the time, the way you are on the outside is the way people are going to perceive you before they find out how you really are on the inside. Be careful what you show the world. Number 3, set and achieve goals. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. As you achieve each step, your confidence will grow. Celebrate your successes along the way. It's okay to celebrate when you have achieved something that you have set for yourself. Matter of fact, it helps you and it boosts your self-esteem. And it helps you to want to do more. I'm going to tell you, when I wrote my first book, I was so excited about it. But I only set out to just write one book. I wasn't really caring about writing again. I just wanted to just write that one book and say that I wrote a book. I actually did what I said I was going to do. But the thing is that as I was having my book signing, I heard people say, I can't wait for her next book to come out. And I said to myself, I'm not writing another book. That's it. I just wanted to just do that one thing. I didn't want to do this over and over again. But it never left me about what I heard. I can't wait for her other book to come out. And I kept saying, like, should I write another book like that first one, or should I do something different? I ended up writing something different. I didn't write what I wrote the first time. The first book was more of entertainment, not educational. And I decided to be who I really was, my authentic self, and write what I actually love to do. And that is to help people and get people to understand that they are valuable and how valuable they really are, and how to appreciate themselves and appreciate life. Because you should go through life just existing and living other people's lives. You should live your own. And that's why I started writing about educational things and self-help books instead of just writing about entertainment, because that last book was about entertainment, romantic novel or whatever. Well, it wasn't a novel, it was more romantic short stories. Anyways, so you want to definitely celebrate your successes, okay? Number 4, continuous learning. Stay curious and invest in learning new skills. The more knowledge and experience and expertise you acquire, the more confident you'll feel in various areas of your life. Just because you graduated from high school, college, even a doctorate, doesn't mean that you need to stop learning. Life is full of lessons. It is teaching you every time you go through something. Everything that happened to you is supposed to be a lesson learned. And you're supposed to take something from that and use it to get to a better and a greater you. And you cannot learn if you don't pay attention. If you don't pay attention to what's happening with you or what you went through, you will repeat it. You are destined to repeat it. And you're going to continue to repeat it until you learn that lesson. Then you're going to move on to something else. I know some people don't realize that they are stuck in a cycle. And I know you probably have heard someone tell you, if you are that person who's stuck in a cycle, you probably heard someone say, when are you going to learn? Why do you keep doing the same old thing over and over again? Why does this keep happening to you? When are you going to figure out that this doesn't work? Well, that's because you haven't learned the lesson from that yet. And that's the reason why you constantly go on in that circle, on that merry-go-round, around and around and around and around. You have to figure out what the lesson is, and then learn from it so you can move on. Number 5, dress the part. Wear clothing that makes that make you feel good about yourself can boost your confidence. Choose outfits that reflect your personal style and make you feel comfortable and empowered. So I see people, I don't know why this hasn't went away yet, but I remember when I first started seeing people do this, the sagging of the breeches, the pants. What is the purpose for that? I know where it came from. I do know that. But I want to know the person who's doing it. If you are the person that's doing it right now, answer that question for yourself, because I don't really need to answer, because I don't like it, I don't care. And I definitely make sure that my son understands that that is not the way to go. But I want you to answer this question for yourself. Why do you sag? Why do your pants have to be under your ass? Why? Why are we looking at your behind? Why? I don't care what kind of drawers you have on. I don't want to know your underwears. I don't even want to know the gym shorts that you chose to put underneath that, thinking that that makes it better. Why? Because that's an insult to anyone who sees that. That is your body. You can do what you want, but everyone who sees what you are doing have the right to feel the way they feel about it. And the problem is that it doesn't draw positivity to you. It draws negativity to you. And it makes people see you in a way that you might not even be. You know, that's related to a negative image. And people take you in that way because they see that's what you do. If you don't have respect for yourself, why should we have respect for you? I mean, come on. If you're not respecting your body, the God-given gift that he gave to you, and that's the only one that you're going to have while you're living on this earth right now. If you don't respect that, why should we? Just what it is. So you have to be careful with the way you dress. That was for the men. Now let me talk about the ladies, females, women. Okay, you got a beautiful body. You voluptuous up top. Sure, I am too.
We'll be back after a quick break.
If you haven't already, check out my luxury shoe and bag collection, a Layla Cara style. Each piece is personally designed by me and handcrafted from genuine Italian leather. Whether you're dressing up or keeping it casual, these pieces were made to help you walk with confidence. Because real style starts from how you feel. Go to alaylacarolstyle.com and experience these bold, timeless, and completely all you. Check it out. You might find something you like.
You know, you got a nice round, brown, fine, luxury bottom, hips, butt, whatever. Okay, good for you. But the problem is that when someone says something to you about it and you're showing it to us and you get upset about it, whose problem is that? That's your problem, not ours. Now, I have pictures of myself when I used to model and I did print modeling, and I have some nice outfits that's showing some things, that's showing my cleavage and showing my long muscular legs and all that back then and all that stuff. And I realized that as I got older that I wanted to be taken seriously. I didn't want no one mistaking me for something that I was not. So I can learn to change that about me. Clothes don't make you who you are, but they definitely let other people feel the way they want to feel about you based on how you dressed. Okay, number 6. Number 6 is embrace challenges Instead of avoiding challenges, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. Facing and overcoming challenges can significantly boost your confidence. When you are faced with a challenge, instead of trying to make it go away, face it, embrace it, tackle it, and fight it head on as if you are in a boxing ring with it and you are going blow for blow. And once you are done and you win that fight, now you are going to be stronger than you were before. You're going to have more confidence in yourself, and you're going to understand that you can overcome anything. And you definitely be ready for the next challenge that's going to arrive in your life. Number 7, surround yourself with positivity. There we go again. Spend time with people who uplift you, support you. Positive relationships can contribute to your sense of self-worth and confidence. When you are in a relationship with people who are positive, they help energize you and give you the strength that you are needing to continue to fight that challenge that you're facing with, that you've been faced with. But it also helps to boost your confidence and let you know that you're not alone and you have support and you have someone that is ready to catch you whenever you fall. And it's okay to be vulnerable, okay? Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. If you feel the need that you want to cry, cry. Okay? Sometimes tears make you feel better, but it also cleanses the soul. It helps you to wash all away that dirt that's on your soul that's been holding you down and get you ready and brand new. Number 8, practice gratitude. Regularly acknowledge and appreciate your achievements, no matter how small. Gratitude can enhance your overall outlook and boost your confidence. If nobody else wants to celebrate your accomplishment and your achievements, so what? You do. Let me tell you something. When I have had a long day at work, or I have finished putting together some projects, or I've done presentations, or whatever I have done for my business, imaging coaching, whatever it is that I've done, I say, I finally got that done. I go get me a glass of wine, and I sit back and I sip. Yes. And I listen to some jazz or some nice music that sometimes I listen to some my old school music I like to dance to, and I like to dance around the house and all that good stuff. You gotta get happy, you know? You gotta learn to enjoy your life because 2024, we don't know what we are facing. You know what? I was looking at the weather for 2024. January the 3rd, and I think it's January the 7th. Both of those days, it's supposed to snow here in Houston. Oh, the first thought that came to my mind was, please tell me we're not going to have another freeze like we had the last time in February. Because it doesn't really snow in Houston like that. And all of a sudden, we're starting to get snow. These are the signs, man. These are the changes in the times. I'm telling myself, like, oh, we need to be more prepared. So I was telling my husband, you need to get some more water. We need water. Don't come home without water. Cases of water. Okay? Because the last time we had this situation, we didn't have water. So I'm going to make sure that we stack up on canned goods, even though I don't really eat canned goods like that, but I will eat them now. Survival food, I will eat, okay? That's what I consider canned goods. I think that's survival food. Anything that's non-perishable, like beans and rice and dried food like that, yes, it's time. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I am serious because after going through that last freeze, that was horrible. I have been in some situation. I have been in Hurricane Harvey. I woke up with Hurricane Harvey at my bedside. What do I mean by that? It was water all the way up to my bed when I woke up. I believe that if God would not have woken me up an hour, if he would let me sleep an hour more, I would have drowned. I would have probably thought that I was dreaming and drowned, because that's how close that water was to getting on me. It was already at my bedside, and my whole apartment was flooded, and I was scared out of my mind. I was by myself, and my dad stayed in 2 apartment buildings over from me, 2 unit buildings over from me. He came knocking on my door in his rain gear, his pants, everything all flooded and stuff, and he was like, "Get your stuff, whatever you can, let's go." And I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I woke up to this. This is a nightmare." And I wasn't the only one. The whole city dealt with this. My neighbor that was upstairs, I stayed downstairs on the first floor. My neighbor upstairs, he was good. Only thing he didn't have was food. And we, I guess this is why you need to know your neighbors, you guys. You need to know your neighbors. You need to understand. I know I'm getting off the topic a little bit, or maybe I'm not. I don't know. Either way it go, I wanted to share this information because it came on my heart. Get to know your neighbors, because you never know when you meet them. One of the things that really, really pissed me off about my neighbor across the way from me, they knew I was in that apartment and did not even think about knocking on my door. And they stayed upstairs too. What I ended up doing, which was a dumb thing to do, I opened up my front door and all that water came gushing into my apartment, even made it worse than what it was. But I was trying to go and check on my car like a fool, and I went out there and my car was even flooded. But my neighbors moved their cars. Oh, they did. They didn't even care about my I'm about to say it. They didn't even care about my stuff. And when they saw me, she said, "Oh, I didn't know you was still in there." "Yes, you did." Oh, wow. "Yes, you did. Because if my car was out there, then you knew I was there. You knew I was in the house." But my upstairs neighbor, who happened to be a guy, it's bad that females don't take care of the females, that it always have to be a guy to come into the rescue. It's just sad. He had a truck, and he said, "I'm going to push your car. I mean, your car is not completely flooded, but to save as much as you can, I'm going to push your car on higher planes. I'm going to use my truck, I'm going to push it." And he did, because what we stayed at was on a hill, so it was easy to just push it up the hill. And he pushed it up the hill or whatever. And so, and then he had a girlfriend that was there. She didn't like me, because I don't know why. I guess because the boyfriend was nice to me or whatever. She didn't like me, so she was not happy that he did that. And I asked him, can me and my dad stay? My dad also stayed downstairs too, and his apartment was flooded. It wasn't flooded yet when he came to my house, but it started flooding after I got to his house. And I was like, "Dad, we can't stay here. Water is something come in. We need to find somewhere else to go." And I said, maybe if I call the other guy, what's his name? Oh, with a J. I can't even remember the man's name. But anyway, probably irrelevant anyway. I said, let's call him and see if he'll allow us to come upstairs and stay there with him. And at least until the water goes down or whatever. And I called, and he was like, "Well, my girlfriend don't want y'all here." What? You mean to tell me that y'all gonna let us die because your girlfriend don't want us here? I said, that's not good. What's wrong with people? Why are people so evil? Why are people so ugly? And I was like, if it was me, I would open up my door to you. And I said, okay, bye. And I hung up. And then he called back probably 5 to 10 minutes later. And he said, "You know what? Forget her. Y'all come on over here." And I was like, Okay, are you sure? He said, nah, what you said to me, you're right. Y'all come on over here. I can't let y'all be over there and knowing that I could have helped and I didn't. Forget her. So we ended up going to his house, and when we got in there, I told him, I said, I got some food that's still in the freezer. I can bring that because the water hasn't gotten up there to that part. Even though my apartment is flooded, but the water came up to like a little bit over my knees. So I was able to get through and get in there. And my dad had already turned off the power from the breaker box so I wouldn't get electrocuted. And I told him, I said, I don't want the food to spoil, so you don't have any food in here. You don't even have any water. So let me bring the cases of water that I have, and I'm going to bring all the food that is still good, and I'm gonna let you have this food. Even after the flood goes away, you can still have the food that's left over, and I'll just buy new groceries or whatever, because I don't know what we're gonna stay in anyway, so I don't even know how that's gonna work. I know I'm not going back to that apartment. And he was like, cool. So basically I helped him out, and he helped me out. He almost lost a blessing by not letting us stay, because he would have starved in that dang on place, because everything was flooded. He would have went, because by the time we was able to get back into that apartment and start trying to clean things out, it was 3 days later. So you would have went 3 days without food. Seriously? So that's why you gotta be careful, and you need to get to know your neighbors and be nice to each other. Be kind to each other, because you never know what's gonna happen. And when things happen, you're gonna be all you got. I'm serious, you're gonna be all you got. Each other. So please be nice and be kind. So I'm going to go ahead and do number 9. Number 9 is visualization. Picture yourself succeeding in, excuse me, I got a burp. Sorry. Yes, I'm still getting over a cold. I get cold very easily because I work on the plane. Picture yourself succeeding in various aspects of your life. Visualization can help build, I have to catch that, sorry. Visualization can help build a positive mindset and reinforce your belief in your capabilities. If you can see yourself doing something, then guess what? You can do it. However you see things, you can actually do it. When I was in high school, I used to do, I say from the age of 9, I started doing hair. But when I started making money for doing hair, I was in middle school when I actually started. About 6th grade, that's when I turned into like a little entrepreneur business of mine. Well, I didn't have a name for it. I just was the girl who did hair. That's what they called me. The girl that did hair. That's the girl who do hair. That's the girl that do hair. She do hair. She do hair. And every time I get school, that's the girl that do hair. And I'm like, okay, I'm the girl that do hair. So I guess that's going to be the name. The girl that do hair. So it's funny, but it's the truth. And I used to do hair, but before I did a hairstyle, I had to be able to see me doing it. So what I would do at nighttime when I laid in the bed, I would visualize me actually putting that hairstyle together. I would see myself with all the things that I needed, if it was extra hair, extra bags of hair, whatever it was, if it was tracks, or if it was braids, whatever. I had to see it in my hand, and then I would have to see myself doing the braids, and then I had to see myself how I was cutting the braids, and how I put the hot water to make it more relaxed. I had to see if it was going to be different colors. I had to see what color was going to go where, what it was going to look like in my mind once it was finished. And if I saw that, and see back then in the 90s, I did what we call finger waves. So I had to see the different kind of finger waves that I was going to do, what direction I was going to have it in. But I also did French rolls. the big roll or whatever. And I used to do all different things. I just put all these different rhinestones and stuff like that on it. And I had to literally be able to see it in my mind before I was able to do it. And I also did boys, I did their hair too. I braided their hair and I did all these different types of braiding designs and stuff. And I had to see the style in my mind, the pattern of each braid before I did the braid. And then I would tell them, hey, I got an idea. I have a vision of how I want to do your hair. Is it okay for me to do it that way? And they'd be like, yeah, do what you want. And I used to have them all hooked up and stuff. And they come out like, man, who do your hair? Who did your hair? And that was my way of getting another client, because they would see their hair. They'd be like, man, I want that style. Do my hair like that. And that's how I did it back then. And I tell people right now, if you can see yourself doing something, then you can do it. And follow it the way you saw it in your mind. Because that is your blueprint of how it needs to get done. Number 10. Oh, one more thing. Remember that everybody can't see your vision. So just because you try to tell them how things are supposed to be, they're not going to always be able to see it the way you see it. So sometimes you might have to do it yourself, or you might have to get it started so they can finish it, or you might let them start it and then you finish it. But either way it goes, everyone can't see your vision. Number 10, accept imperfection. Understand that nobody is perfect. Embrace your strength and weaknesses and focus on continuous improvement rather than seeking perfection. Even the person who you think is really good at what they do, the best of the best of the best, they're not perfect. Well, what sets them apart is that they constantly, continuously seek improvement of what it is that they're doing. Like the late great Michael Jackson, he knew that it's certain things that he needed to do to be comfortable and satisfied with what he was going to put out there for us to hear or to see. He knew he wasn't perfect, but he constantly continued to improve in himself. Beyonce does the same thing. And then we can also talk about the late great Kobe Bryant. We can talk about Michael Jordan. We can talk about all the greats that we consider being great. Even Tina Turner. Okay, Tina Turner, Ike was trying to make her perfect. But the point is that we all know that nobody is perfect. But if you constantly, continuously try to improve on what it is that you know that you're good at, you will become great at it. All right? So remember, building confidence is a journey. And it's okay to take gradual steps. Consistency and being conscious, aware, you want to always make sure that your mind is on the prize, because there's a finish line. That finish line is usually after you're dead and gone, when you die and you're gone. That's your finish line, okay? So you want to continuously to embark on positive habits and mindset that can lead you and give you a lasting confidence and attract success into your life. Keep reinforcing your belief in yourself and watch how positively impact and how you want to watch how it positively impact your life and your experience and your achievements. So definitely constantly uplift yourself. You want to make sure that you are having positive self-talk. If you know that you're not good at talking positive to yourself, please get a copy of this book, okay? If you know somebody who's always talking down about themselves, Christmas ain't here yet. It's almost here in a couple of more days, but, you can still get a copy of this book. This book is on Amazon Prime, so the book can come in 2 days. And even if you don't get it by Christmas, let this be a New Year resolution. No, forget that resolution stuff. But let it be a New Year gift for them, where they can use it to start having more positive self-talk. So I hope this helped you guys. I really hope that this was helpful. Please forgive me for all the coughing and the throat cleansing and all this stuff. I've been dealing with this cold. I caught a cold a few weeks ago. You would think that it would be gone by now. But, man, been working on the airplane with these passengers. It don't matter if you wear a mask. I had a mask on. I still got sick anyway. It's just, I need to use my immune system and to get more. I have this black seed oil. It's nasty. It's so nasty. But I try to take it, but it's just so nasty. It tastes like turpentine, like you're drinking oil. And I ain't talking about oil of oil. I'm talking about motor oil. It's nasty. But it's supposed to be really healthy and help your immune system and help with inflammation and all that. But it's a hard stuff. It's hard to swallow. But anyways, I'm going to sign out, Layla.
Please share with anyone who needs this information. Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing Stress Management with Imaging Coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity. Defeat stress through Imaging Coaching at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com.